Your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Rock the Box with the Lincoln Stars. Join us Friday, February 7th for Rivalry Night as we host the Omaha Lancers at 7:05 p.m. at the Icebox. Enjoy buy one, get one free Busch Light Tall Boys and $3 Michelob Ultra Draw Pour drafts all game long while supplies last. Help us try to sell out the Icebox for the first time since 2019. Join us for Rivalry Night on February 7th by getting your tickets at LincolnStars.com.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. One-on-one on a Saturday, and just covering some of the sporting events of Friday. Lots in store Softball today. Again, softball off to a great start. We'll jump on that in a bit. We'll talk about Sunday at Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll talk about, invite you down to make sure that you have a place to watch Kansas City and Philadelphia. Come on down and hang out with the talent here. Everybody will be there, to my knowledge. Everybody, with the exception of Ahman Green. I don't think Rap's going to be there, but I think everybody else will make an appearance. So come on through. Come on through the Buffalo Wings and Rings. Kick off 5 later-ish, and we'll get there about 4. We'll also give away prizes. We'll do a raffle. The first 100 folks get a square as we give away some signed jerseys. And then everybody will get a ticket for the raffle for all items that'll be raffled throughout the course of the game. And there's some really cool prizes. So, again, you can watch at home, understand the comfort, get it, cool, understood. But where else can you go and talk football people? Come hang out with your ticket family. And then, you can walk out with some really cool prizes. That's what I know is not going to happen at your house. You're not going to do your own home raffle, because if you're doing a raffle at home, you need more friends. That's how that works. We're talking Huskers, and I think I start to get excited about the young Huskers who will come back. That Ridge, Antrell, Mento, all being in that space where they're going to come back and get extra work done for the Huskers. Again, Mento making the top 10 is just amazing for a redshirt freshman to come in and have that sort of success. Shout out. Listen, you're not supposed to have favorite athletes on the team. You're not supposed to. But there's certain ones that have a little more persona, a little more riz, a little more charisma than maybe they should, or maybe they have exactly the right amount. But Lenny Pinto, if you haven't been to Devaney and seen the Huskers, and again, they've got one final meet next week against Indiana. Get your tickets and go see the Huskers before they go to the Big Ten tournament. Lenny Pinto is a rock star. He's a rock star. Comes out, it's a vibe. He is a grinder. Pretty impressive. He gets a massive win over number 6 Kennedy from in Iowa City. And I just like, okay, well done, Lenny. Lenny's a star. And here's the thing about all 10 of the wrestlers, and we could say 11 if you want to add Bubba Wilson to it. They're all stars. They're all really good people. They all make you emotionally invest. You get into it. At 184, Silas Allred, who all-American, good, quality human being, makes it easy to root for, but goes on the road in a top 10 bout and knocks off number 5 on the road at Iowa. And I thought Pinto gave him a 4-point lead. They had a 7-point lead going into the final 2 matches. And there was this place in my head where I started to count. And I hate that about wrestling, is that you do the forward head count. Like, we've got 2 matches left. If they hold them to decisions, or if you win one of them, you win the meet. But to say that I was favored in both of those matches, fair. They were. I think they had the number 1 wrestler in the country at light heavy. Number 1. So you don't expect your freshman to come in and throw him around and get it done. You want him to minimize the damage. Didn't happen. Number 1 in the country performed like number 1 in the country. got the 6-point pen, and my heart sunk. My heart sunk for the program, for that young man. Cameron McDaniel, again, as a freshman, he's going to be a star. To be ranked as a freshman is a pretty big deal. And he's a fighter and truly likable. And my heart broke. And then you got one match left, and you're just kind of there. And you realize that you're putting I had watched Ben Cooter from Iowa the last 2 weeks. And I watched him against Gable Stevenson. I watched him okay. And he's a scrappy dude. Now, it's probably not fair to judge people by how they perform against Gable Stevenson. But in his particular case, he made it as difficult as possible. Fair to say he didn't do well, but also fair to say that he was competitive and forced Gable to do some things. And you need it for Harley Andrews, and Harley's an amazing young man, kind of undersized at heavyweight, but it happens. And as he grows into this thing, last year he was put in a situation and he excelled. He actually won a heavyweight bout that gave Nebraska the win. I didn't have that expectation. He didn't get the win, but the Huskers lose 19-16 to Iowa in Iowa City. Moral victories, I don't like to dance in that place, trusting the process and understanding that, listen, there are some Huskers who had, even in not winning, performed. They competed at their high level. And to say that, I've heard them say that it's one thing to get beat when you don't perform well. It's another when you've done everything that you could do. Your cardio was right, your fitness was right, your nutrition was right, your head was in the right space, and it just doesn't happen for you, because that's college wrestling, especially when you talk about two of the top 10 programs in the country. But shout out to Caleb Smith, Brock Harley, Antro Taylor, Lenny Pinto, and Silas Allred for getting 5 wins in the 10 matches last night. They went 5-5. The pen mattered. The pen always matters. It's tough. It's tough. On the other side, and again, go and just jump on Huskers.com and get your tickets for the next home meet. It's the last home meet of the season before they take off for Big Ten. So if you would, and tickets are affordable. I believe the general admission $8. So they have it's Indiana at home next Sunday at 12:30 at Devaney, and then they will finish their regular season in West Lafayette the following Sunday at 5:30. So chance to see the Huskers one more time in this version before they head off to the Big Ten tournament. The Big Ten tournament March 8th at Northwestern, which is interesting because that's a small building. That's a small room for wrestling. But you're going to have Big Ten there. Don't know. Wouldn't have been where I picked it. But understood. And then the national championships will be in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center, March 20th, 21st. And fully expect a lot of these Huskers to be deep in the day too. Even in the championship round, and several All-Americans out of this group. Speaking of All-Americans, Nebraska softball has an All-American. We have a national champion who wears the Husker in. And I don't want it to get lost in that this season is all about Jordy Ball, but this season certainly rests on the shoulders and hands of Jordy Ball. For her to bounce back from the injury is a testimony in her toughness and her faith. That, listen, that's a nasty injury. You get to come home after having all the success you had at Oklahoma, and then you come home and you get excited. Programs are regenerating interest and revenue and contacts and agreements because of you, and then you get hurt. And then while your teammates struggle and grind, you have to find a way to not only get healthy, but then to get to the level that you were at or even beyond. Any athlete who goes through that and then comes out on the other side prepared, focused, and then, oh, by the way, what we're going to do is we're going to throw a powerhouse program in front of you. Day one, we're not going to play with you. We're not going to play with you. You're right off the bat. You're going to face a top 10 program. And not only did she perform, but to say that you're going to come out and shut down a top 5, top 6 program to one run, and then, just for grins and giggles, just for full measure, go and hit a 2-run bomb. Hitting, it's always fantastic. Softball does the thing that it changes a lot of the metrics of these sports, and you would think that a Jordy Ball hitting third in a lineup or fourth in a lineup because she has power and she's been in those critical situations before. It is a statement and testimony to Nebraska softball that Jordy hit second. She hit second and it worked out perfectly. And she's got some support behind her. She's got some bomb hitters behind her. I was curious about who player number 2 was going to be for Nebraska softball. And I thought there's opportunity for it to be on the pitching staff. Threefold, because this is a 3-headed machine in the circle for Nebraska. Coach Ravel has some options to go yesterday and go to your bullpen and allow them to put in that work and to get the performances that you got, and then to finish your first 3 games plus 24 runs. Plus 24 runs. I don't know if that was expected. One, it didn't matter the quality of play. It's still, softball doesn't always work that way for you. But in a tournament of this level, to go 28-4, runs for, runs against, it's a statement. Now, softball doesn't care. Load it up again. Get back to work. You got more games to play today. So they will have a busy weekend as well. And eyes on. And remember that Husker baseball starts next week. McConaughey being put into the watch list for baseball. Some projections as a second and third team All-American has got to give you some flush of positivity about that program. Jalen Worthy and what he's doing, what he's done, and what the work that's been put in. But we'll spend time over the course of the next few weeks with softball and baseball, and we'll start to get pumped about that. I do want to close with 2 things. So here's what we'll do. We'll go to break. We'll come back. One, I'll give you another reminder to meet us down at Buffalo Wings and Rings tomorrow, Sunday, depending on when this gets run and when you hear it. Meet us at Buffalo Wings and Rings. And the other, the men's and women's basketball programs are at critical points in their schedule and on their journey. Both currently projected to make the tournament, both the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, but they're both at forks in the road. We'll talk about why and our hope for them when we come back to One-on-One.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
You're listening to One on One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of 101. I want to say or ask, do you know that Nebraska has a number one ranked sports team in its athletic department? Do you know? Do you know? Nebraska bowling is currently ranked number one in the country. And if you're paying attention to the ticket, we give these young ladies exposure because, one, they put in a ton of work. Like, I'm not sure that, I mean, each sport will tell you that they work harder than everybody else, and I'm not sure that any of them are wrong, right? Each sport has its own thing, and you're throwing 500 balls a day. You imagine the wear and tear on the body for that. And wrestlers will tell you, well, it sucks because we have to maintain weight. And we, every fiber of your body is used in it. Swimmers and divers will tell you the miles upon miles that they swim underwater, all the internal sickness that goes on with that. Gymnastics will tell you what they do to their bodies, goes against science sometimes, not always the easiest thing to do. Football players will tell you leaning on being 300 pounds and having a 300-pounder lean on you for 60 minutes is counterintuitive to human health. All those things. But Nebraska bowlers currently number one in the country. And I just wanted to shout them out. They went 4-1 yesterday in their tournament, and they're back at it again today. They're great young ladies, and what Coach Klempa is doing in managing that, again, the number one bowling program in the country resides here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Big doings and dealings when it comes to basketball. The men's team, again, what a great turnaround. What a great run, right? Three in a row, 2 against top 25 ranked teams. Then coming from behind, 12 down on the road in the Big Ten. Those words usually don't belong in a sentence in this day and age. You don't go on the road in the Big Ten down 12 and then find a way to win. It's rare. But Nebraska is doing that, and they're finding ways. And they're learning how to finish. They're learning how to correct mistakes. This is an effort team. This is an effort team. This is not the most talented team in the Big Ten. The roster doesn't look as daunting on paper as some of the others in the Big Ten. The NIL reserve is a different conversation story. But what Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary are doing, and I shout those two out specifically, because this season will go as they go. And you don't want to put that additional burden on, but yeah, to watch them find ways to win in the Big Ten on the road against top caliber teams, bravo. Connor Essegian, Bear K. Bear K has been, when Bear K rebounds well, this team does well. Like, it's been, like, they all defend, and when Bear K gets his defensive rhythm, it's a different team. And shout out to Raleigh Worcester and Sam Hoiberg for what they do, grinding, always keeping them in motion. But to find out what Andrew Morgan and Bear K are doing on a nightly basis in the Big Ten will determine what this Nebraska team's fate's going to be. I do know that Big Ten teams aren't liking the idea of facing the Huskers. Bryce is figuring out a way. Now, Juwan Gary inside the arc, being aggressive and productive on purpose, makes us a just different Nebraska team. A 3-game win streak, you're sitting at 15-8 with an opportunity to get to 20 wins if you keep playing at the pace that you're playing at. And that would put you in a very good spot. They're 9-2 at home. They're at home tomorrow against Ohio State. One win at a time, boys. One day at a time. For the women, listen, still looks good for both tournaments. But they have to find consistency in their ability to stop people. And you know what you're getting with Markowski. You're also, Brett Prince is becoming that all Big Ten freshman player that everybody hoped for. As a matter of fact, I think she's playing better than we actually could have hoped for her freshman year. But that's putting a lot on the back of freshman legs. Like, it just is. So to get more help from Colin Hake, Nisley, I'll say this about this team. I think they're going to be better in March when possessions matter more. I think they'll do better in possession-by-possession games rather than the up and down. The problem is there's some really good teams in the Big Ten. As a matter of fact, the best teams are in the Big Ten. So that's going to be what it is. Here's your reminder. Meet us down at Buffalo Wings Rings tomorrow. I'm going to get there at 4 just to hang out. I would suggest you get there early because tables are going to go early. As a matter of fact, I would imagine that if you wait until 4 o'clock, that you're probably, our tables are being held for us because we're hosting. I would tell you to get there before we get there. That's just from me to you. The past 4 years there, if you got there when we got there, it was too late. It was too late. So get there early. Get there early. If you want to hang out and have conversation, get there early. Because during the game, not so social. Get your conversations in early enough. That's it for me, DP Jackson. I thank you, kind sir, for making this work. Chancellor Brewington. Yeah, it's a full day on Saturday, and then, hang out. I'll see you tomorrow at 12 noon for the Breeze. It'll be just me and Harrison Haas's coaching tomorrow. And then I'll sprint from here over to PBA to watch the Huskers in Ohio State, and then meet you down at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Have a fantastic Saturday. Be kind to yourself and everybody else, just because.